Thanks for listening to Dog Dish. Before we start, we'd like to say thanks to our sponsors. Porter's Pride is a raw premium pet food with meats and vegetables locally sourced in the Pacific Northwest. Porter's Pride will ensure freedom from allergies, healthy weight loss, an increase in energy, and a reduction in the amount of stool produced. Find out more, check out Porter's Pride at porterspriderawdiet.com. That's porterspriderawdiet.com. And thanks to Addiction Pet Foods, they offer a complete range of cutting-edge foods that provide the most advanced hyperallergenic nutrition for dogs and cats around the world. Addiction is proud to have innovated the concept of using premium proteins such as free-range venison, salmon, kangaroo, and brushtail. Addiction Pet Foods. We go to the ends of the earth for your pets.
Hi, I'm Deborah Rosen, and for the past 20 years, I've been educating and training people and their companion dogs using the science of canine behavior. What I love to do best is help people create peaceful living with their dogs. Please stay tuned for another informative episode of Dog Dish. Hi, Christina.
Hey, Deborah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. And welcome everyone to Dog Dish. Christina and I are here today to talk about something that's, I think, extremely relevant, which is we're stuck in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yay.
And this is day 4 of the roads. The main roads are okay, but the side streets are terrible. So those of us that don't have 4-wheel drive or trucks or whatever, we're stuck, we're housebound. And our dogs are bored.
Yes. There's only so much they can do in the snow. And, Mira loves the snow and I worry about her feet freezing. So she'd stay out there all day. But
yeah,
no.
Right. So basically what we're here to do today on Dog Dish is talk to you about what to do with your dog on inclement weather days, on days when you're housebound and you're in the house most of the time with the dogs and they're losing their minds, and an extension of that, you're losing yours.
Exactly. I think also these days we're seeing a lot of people who are sick and can't get their dogs out for as many walks.
Right.
So,
and at this phase of COVID, people are still staying in. They're not getting out as much as they would like to, because we're dealing with yet another variant and everyone's scared. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, shitless.
Right.
So there's that. So anyway, in preparation for this podcast, I sent Christina a Facebook video that came through yesterday. And I thought it was extremely interesting because it was this brilliant golden retriever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was trained to open the refrigerator and retrieve a stuffed Kong, which is something that his owner smartly prepared for him and does every day. And so this is a routine that they follow. I mean, mind you, I don't know about you, Christina, but I ain't teaching any dog to open a refrigerator.
No, I don't want the dog in the fridge any more than I want the kids in the fridge, right? Who knows what they're going to help themselves do. And
okay, right. Well, you have older kids, so are you telling me they don't get to go in the fridge?
Well, sometimes I would prefer them not to, but
yeah, I get
that's
it.
That's a different podcast, right?
But so you guys, you can look for this on Facebook, and it may be on YouTube too, but it's essentially they have a rope that is tied to the door of the refrigerator with a ball on the end of it. And the dog opens the door by holding on to putting the ball in his mouth and pulling on the door. And then they go for the stuffed Kong and life is good. And, for most average dog owners, that's not something you're going to do. It's not something I would even have you do. So, Christina, let's talk about what they could do instead of that.
Well, can you teach me to train them to like pour me a drink or do the laundry or something? Because that would be.
You mean like mix a martini?
Exactly. 2 olives, dry on the vermouth.
Or in my case, a Manhattan.
There you go. It depends on the season.
I only wish.
Excuse me.
I only wish.
Right.
If that were true, yeah.
Yeah.
Short of that, what are some of
that? Things to keep them focused on what I want them to do versus what I don't want to do. Because like when Mira gets bored, she will come over and hit me with toys or just sit next to me and whine. Or she'll get her own.
We love a 95-pound whiner, don't we?
Oh, totally, yes. And she's so delicate about it. Or she'll make her own chores of like, well, I'm going to, remove all the socks from the laundry basket for you because that's very helpful. So giving her appropriate outlets, just like you do with a toddler, right? Like if you don't give them what you want them to do, they're going to come up with something they should not do.
Right. My thing that I usually tell clients is give a job or they'll self-assign.
Yes, exactly.
So what are some jobs you can give them?
Finding things. Mira loves finding things.
How do you do that? How do you set that up?
I will take treats and depending upon my level of motivation, sometimes I will put them in like a toilet paper tube and fold up the ends and put some treats and then hide them around the house.
Oh, that's a good one.
Tell her go find it. And most of the time she'll find all of them. And then she gets to destroy the toilet paper tubes, which makes a mess, but whatever, messes happen.
Yeah, right.
And I can do that because she doesn't eat the cardboard. I've had some dogs that will I can't do that with because they'll actually try to eat the cardboard. And that's not a good snack.
No, it's not. No. It's not.
Yeah.
Although it won't kill them, but.
No, but, like how much cardboard can you safely consume?
Okay. And then, you talked about go find things. And so what I like to do, especially that with dogs that have had some level of training, is start doing some scent work with them and scent work. So getting their nose to work for them. And how do they do that? Well, you've got to get a couple of fairly distinctive scents. And most people have this either in their pantries or in their medicine cabinets. And those would be either extracts, like a vanilla or an almond or coconut or something extract, an orange, or go into your, if you have this, and if you don't, you can easily get it into your medicine cabinet and get some essential oils. And I say this knowing how strong the dog's nose and its ability to smell things is. So you really only need a minuscule amount. And so you're going to take maybe your pinky and dab it, and then dab it onto a tennis ball, for example.
Okay.
I mean, most dogs will have those, or one of their really favorite toys. And then you're going to toss it and say, go get the ball. And they're going to quickly make the association that this ball smells like almond extract. Okay. And as they get better at it and they get more into it and more motivated with it, then you're going to start actually hiding it. At which point you can go find the ball.
Right.
And the other thing is you actually want to name things so that they're making both, they're making an association with the name as well as the scent.
Right. Yeah, Mira, we've done a good job of naming her toys. Like I can tell her, go get corn, which is her favorite toy right now. And she will literally go get me the corn toy, which I'm hoping she doesn't do right now because it's a super loud squeaker.
You have a corn toy.
Our
That's
bark
pretty
box.
Corny.
Yeah. Bark box for Thanksgiving sent a turkey toy that you can stuff a can of dog food, like another toy of dog food in. And then there's corn that's all squeaky and has a rope coming out of one end, and she loves corn.
Right. So there's another game that we play with dogs, and maybe you can talk about this, but this is something that not only wears them out because they're running all over the place, but it will also get you a better recall. And that's our
Two
game
good
called
things.
Go Get It Come.
Right.
So would you outline this for the folks?
Sure. Taking a toy, a treat, and chucking it where they can see it and telling them to go get it. And then as soon as they get it, call them back to you. And then you're moving around and they're coming to you.
Right.
So it's throw, come, throw, come, throw.
Right. At the end of which it only will take about 5 minutes and the tongues are hanging out of their mouth. They need a drink of water. They're exhausted. They're happy because they're getting all this positive reinforcement. And you're getting a dog that is no longer as energetic or bored, and they've got a better recall.
Right. The other one we like to play is kind of a variation on our puppy ping pong that we do in class with the calling back and forth.
Right.
That if you have a big enough house and two people, have one person go to one side of the house and one person go and call the dog and then move around. So you're going to different rooms and they have to come find you.
Right. Right. It only takes 5 minutes or so, and they never get bored of that game.
No, it's like, where are you now?
Especially because you're so excited, because obviously, and we don't need to go through all the rules of recall. The first and the most important is to always be happy when you call them.
Right.
So they've got you, they've got your attention, you're a captive audience. You're super excited. And when you call them and they come to you, they get rewarded. Yeah. So, you know, all the engines are firing on that one.
Right. I always tell people, if you don't feel ridiculous when you're calling your dog, you're not doing it right.
You're right. There you go. I like it. I like it. Okay. And you had one, you showed me earlier with a water bottle.
Oh, right. So just your generic crinkly fun. Dogs love this noise. It's horrible, but they love it. And so I'll take an empty one of these, chuck some treats in it, leave the lid off, and throw it out. And they will chase it and crunch it and knock the treats out and have just a hell of a time. And it's, I don't know why they love that sound so much, but it is, I don't know if it's like the bones breaking of small animals or what, but it is.
Please.
No. Oh, well, come on, you know, prey drive. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, I have not met a dog yet that will not go nuts for a water bottle.
It's really, really true. It's kind of like our equivalent of a whoopee cushion, right?
We lead different lives, I think. I don't get excited by a whoopee cushion. I don't know.
Hey, all right. Well,
maybe the sound of coffee brewing. Let's go.
I was raised around the Borscht Belt, so yeah. Are you suggesting I'm old? Let's not go there. No. Let's not. All right. So one question came up about your last example, and people will say, "Are you teaching dogs to be destructive?"
I look at it as I'm giving them permission to destroy this thing. I don't mind if they destroy things I have given them permission to destroy.
Okay.
I don't want them to go get it out of the recycling bin, but if I say, here you go, this is yours. It's, you know, it's the same with treats. If I can leave treats on the counter, I expect them not to get into it. If I give you a treat, this is now yours. Right. So I always tell them, here you go, or take it when I hand them one of these things that isn't like their toys. They know which are their toys.
So that's about discrimination, right? They're able to discriminate between what's theirs, what's given to them, and what's not theirs, and what's off limits to them.
If I don't give it to you, it ain't yours.
So tell the folks watching what you would do if they just go over to the recycling bin and start grabbing every plastic bottle in there.
Well, first of all, I'd put them away in a contained recycling bin to cut out the temptation. But
likelihood,
you know, set them up for success.
Okay, so it's on the table.
It's on the table.
It's half full, and they grab it.
Give them the stern, mine, you know, protocol that we do with the.
How are you gonna show us the face you're gonna look at them with? All right.
Now I need a drink of my water.
Yeah, because folks, you have to understand that dogs and communication with said dogs is way different than it is between us. I mean, there are similarities, but you know, they're much more basic in the sense that you really have to be very dramatic.
Right.
Things are either very good or they're not.
Mhm.
And if they're doing something that's not good, you need to be very clear with them, not only in your tone, which should be deep, and the vocalization that you do, but also the facial expression, how you look at them.
Mhm.
And it's about being clear versus not being clear. And it's important to be very, very clear with them and do it one time like you really mean it. Otherwise, they're looking at you thinking, you know, I think it's optional.
Right. And honestly, I wouldn't probably give things like a water bottle or cardboard box to a dog that is into counter surfing, because I don't want to send a mixed message of, oh, these are your things. I would do it with my older dogs that are, you know, have established that boundary of I can't take things off counters and tables, and they know that.
So they have some level of impulse control already.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I like it. I like it. And I know some people actually put the water bottle inside a sock
Mhm.
and then tie a knot around it so
Right.
that they are actually chewing on a sock that's given to them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's a
Instead
whole
of-
line of toys that involve shoving a water bottle in them. Somebody's
Oh, yeah.
capitalized on this. Yes.
Well, and the last thing I want to talk about is treats and making
Right.
sure that when you have bored dogs, that you are enticing them with a variety of different treats. I don't know if you can see this, folks, but these are some baby carrots.
Tasty.
I have a variety of soft treats, different flavors, different types.
Right.
These are some of the ones that we like a lot, but I also usually have some cut up cheese or meat or chicken in my pouch. And you guys, you always want to have your treat pouch.
Mhm.
That way you have a very quick opportunity to tell them when they've done the right thing.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you what, reinforcement super, super important. And Christina, I forgot to tell you,
Oh yeah.
I had a chance to talk to the woman with the 9-week-old golden retriever puppy.
Right.
And I don't know if it was her, the next one that I spoke to, but she was so thrilled that I returned the call because she said, and she's in Seattle,
Uh-huh.
literally, there's no one that she spoke to that uses operant conditioning.
Oh wow.
And she wanted to be with people who really understood the science of conditioning and behavior modification.
Nice.
And I said, you know, no one else should, no one should be doing anything else
Right.
other than this right now. There's really no call for it.
Yeah.
And she said, you'd be surprised. So folks, if you're out there, not in our area, you're looking for a trainer, make sure they're doing what's called learning theory, which is understanding how to manipulate dogs using what they like, what they don't like, and increasing behaviors using reinforcement and decreasing behaviors using something that none of us like to talk about, which is punishment, which doesn't mean you're hurting them. It just means you're doing something that they're not fond of.
Right.
So withholding a treat is a punishment.
Exactly.
It's gentle, but it's still a punishment.
Yes. I think
Right.
people hear punishment and they're like, oh, we're beating, you know, physical punishment. Like, no, it's like being a teenager that got grounded.
And it's like, you know, for kids, you don't let them strike another child without some consequence.
Right.
You know, their playground privileges are taken away. Their television time is reduced. Their time using their tablet is taken away. Things that are meaningful to them are withheld. So you can do this with dogs too. And it's very effective.
Yep.
So I think that wraps it up, Christina.
Sounds good.
All right. So folks, keep your darn dogs busy. Do not let them have a history of doing the wrong thing in your house because history predicts future behavior. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, Deborah. Good talk.
All right.